So my name is Rebecca Gindler and I'm the coordinator of the international office in the Universidad Tecnológica del Chocó in Quibdó, Colombia.
My name is Luis Alejandro Arevalo Rodriguez. I am the Director of International Relations at Universidad UEAN, Bogotá, Colombia.
The university had the pleasure of working with Tasha and Alison and other faculty from Cal State to welcome 16 students and faculty members to Quibdó this June. They were there for 8 days and we did a variety of academic and cultural activities with the students. They took Spanish classes, they took Spanish literature classes, they learned about Afro-Colombian literature, about Afro-Colombian culture.
So these kind of programs help students, faculty, and more wider the entire society to understand us better and to implement better solutions to common problems.
They learned as well more about the way that we develop education and social work programs.
I think as a social worker, it taught me about different cultures.
I didn't know anything about Colombia except for what they show on TV, like the drug cartel. And
I've also learned that I really, really love this place. I really love Colombia. I love everything about it.
Putting myself into the context, I've learned so much more than I ever thought I would.
This was a very important and essential experience for my career and my growth as a professional.
I made friends that otherwise I wouldn't have ever had if it wasn't for this trip.
I told multiple people this, that I don't even remember the last time I had dinner with my family. And when I was at the homestay, we sat down every morning, every afternoon, and every evening to sit down and have a conversation and eat together.
Just being around my peers, especially, who are so motivated and have a lot to offer.
The amount of love that was shared between one another just taught me that that is what I want in my life.
I've learned that I need to be around people who are going in the same direction that I'm going.
It feels like I'm walking out as a different person, and it's such a beautiful thing, and I'm very blessed and so happy that I experienced this.
I've been in Latin America for 3 weeks now, and I've seen things that I've never would have imagined seeing.
I don't know any of my heritage, indigenous heritage, because the colonizers just wiped everything out.
Especially since this is my first time traveling abroad, but it's just nice to know that there are people all around the world that look like me, think like me, have the same emotions as me, and it's kind of like having family wherever I go.
So I wanted to learn more about anything that has to do with Latin America because it's closer to my homeland, Nicaragua, than Europe is.
I think I learned the importance of making cultural connections.
We don't think about it, or myself in general, I don't think about it, I forget about it, it's not taught in schools.
I've learned that I'm not that different.
It's important that we travel and we find out and we explore.
Without making those cultural connections, there's blockage there, and that can often lead to misunderstandings.
I've learned that the African diaspora is real.
We are dealing with the same thing, like capitalism, racism, sexism, genderism, and ageism, and all of that stuff. But it looks different. So it's the same juice, but it's just a different flavor.
I've learned that with a loving heart and a kind heart and with patience and perseverance, you could do anything.
Feeling confident in my abilities to be independent and travel and are things that I'll definitely take when I get back.
To value different things other than what I came in with. So now I'm walking out valuing love. I value family, I value time, I value unity. And before I didn't even really think about it. I kind of was just really independent and on the go. And it just taught me so much about coming together as one.
To just know other people in the world are going through similar issues.
The more open mind of the different Black folks out there.
Not looking at people's lives at a deficit, because that is limiting to their greatness and to where they want to be, and it's limiting to what you see their lives as.
I want to aspire to be that powerful woman professor, women of color especially. You know, there's not a lot of representation of us out there, and again, if I could be half of as amazing as our professors here, I know I would be doing a great job.
It was an absolute delight to have the students with us. My students in Quibdó were moved and the visit had a huge impact on them.
I think it's very important for American universities and Colombian universities to continue in developing these kind of programs.
They're determined to learn English after the visit. They're determined to finish their studies and to become great professionals.
These programs of mobility, of student and faculty mobility between the United States and Colombia and between Colombia and the United States.
Their expectations of what American students would be, and actually the humility and openness that the Cal State LA students came to keep doing.
Being a student and being able to understand others' problematics, other contexts.
They also talked a lot just about the deep connections in such a short space of time.
Our nations, they share common strategies, common problems.
I hope we're going to continue with the relationship, and I hope we're going to continue receiving students and faculty from Cal State LA.